Okay,
So
I'm
come and
going to
stand
turn off my.
onto your mat. We're going to stand today, starting standing. Get rid of my blanket. I've been sitting and loosening and warming up. So just find yourself somewhere comfortable in the middle of your mat. We're going to just take a moment to spread into your toes, connecting the big toe to the little toe, each side of the heels, lengthening up through your legs, but softening into the hip space, softening into the shoulders, allowing that chest to lift up, but everything to soften back down. And just gently, when you're ready, release down with your chin and just feel the weight of the head expand that and create space into the back of the neck. And just as the arms gently draw forward and down, acknowledge that the shoulders might roll forward and then allow that body to follow suit and roll yourself forward and down. Just gently curling down and coming as far down as you feel comfortable. Just hanging and dangling. Taking big deep breaths. Feeling that space as it opens up and through the entire back of the body. So working from the heels up through the Achilles, the calves, behind the knees as you gently draw backwards to the back of the knees, up through the thighs, the sit bones lengthen up to the sky. And allow that upper body to gently release forward and down. And it may take a while just to feel that tension release and let go from the body so that you can enjoy this position. Sometimes it feels tight and uncomfortable, but if you could breathe into those spaces, allow that body to just sink and melt. And then let's hold on to each elbow, allowing the head just to rest between the arms, eyes looking between the legs. And just when you're ready, just take a gentle swing with the arms, around from one side, gently around to the other. And just gently going from side to side. Just breathing. Slowly coming back to center. Relax and dangle down through your arms again. And then from this moment, bringing your hands towards the floor, just in front of the feet, and gently bending the hands and allowing yourself to come down onto all fours. So we're going to tuck our toes as we have our knees under our hips and just gently sink those heels back towards, now the buttocks back towards the heels. Lengthening forward into your arms, creating that space now into the arms as you lengthen forward, lift up onto the fingertips, sinking the heart down to the mat, stomach into the thighs, gently drawing buttocks back to the heels. Breathe and expand into the rib cage, the lungs, softening through the shoulders and the chest. And then releasing the palms back down to the mat. And then slowly up onto all fours. Connecting the hands firmly down into the mat now, softening into the shoulders, simply raising up into your hips and coming back into your downward dog. So just gently walk the heels, take one foot to the floor at a time, gently angling those heels back, allowing the eyes to quietly turn under each armpit. Breathing. And then holding the position without holding the breath. Stepping your feet 1 foot distance further forward from where they were. So just bringing your toes in a little bit further forward. Really lengthening back now with your sit bones, so you'll start to open up a little bit deeper through the hamstrings and the glutes, buttocks. We're now going to take the right hand onto the outside of the left leg and just gently allow our eyes to creep under the left armpit as we take our upper body just into a wee twist out to the left-hand side. Breathe. Slowly soften, release that right hand back. And then take that left hand to the outside of the right leg. And again, do the same thing, right Eyes looking under the right arm. Twisting out to the right. And then slowly soften as you release, bring that left hand back. From here, we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. So just soften the knees a little, walking the hands back, and then taking the hands from the mat back into a forward fold with the arms dangling. Soften through the shoulders, through the head, the neck, and then gently rolling up, curling, rolling, gently drawing all the way up into standing. Sorry, I just had my music taken away. So from there, inhale, raising the arms. Sorry, I meant to do that. Interlock your fingers. We're going to turn the back of the hands to the sky, lengthen upwards. So really think about drawing down through the heels, the soles of the feet, lengthen upwards through the arms, raising the eyes as long as it's comfortable through your neck, your upper back. Think now about squeezing through your thighs, your buttocks, your glutes, and move into a small back extension. Doesn't need to be far, maybe a few mils, and then come back up, bring the eyes back to center, and then float the arms down from your sides, letting go and just floating the arms all the way down. And then just from there, just roll your shoulders around. So just moving into a nice shoulder release. Just being as free as you can. Start to get a little bit wider, keeping the knees a little bit soft. Soften into the wrists, the hands, the arms. And then from there, bringing the hands just onto the lower back, drawing those elbows gently in towards each other. Opening into the chest, across the shoulders. Looking upwards again if it's comfortable through the neck. Expanding into the shoulders. Opening into the heart, and then just gently soften, release, bring the head back down. Let go with the hands, interlock your hands in front, draw forward through your knuckles, your elbows, tucking in with your chin, and really feeling the expansion into the shoulder blades. So feeling like those shoulder blades are pulling apart from each other. They're drawing it away as you draw the middle of the back out and away from you. And then slowly release, just bringing those hands back down by your side. Let's step your feet a little bit wider out to the sides of the mat. Soften and draw down through your arms. Just going to gently slide down towards the legs. So the legs are straight, a little bit soft in the knees. Slide that left arm down as you turn your eyes over to the right. Draw your belly button in and going over to the right-hand side, drawing the eyes to the left. Good, belly button in, coming up, and then gently over to the other side. So just gently going from side to side. If you wish to add the arms in as you inhale up, you may like to extend the opposite arm over to see how that feels for your shoulders, the rib cage, the body, in general through the spine. Over from side to side, just moving as smoothly and as fluidly as you can. Inhale up. Exhale over. I think that the music's been adjusted. Inhale up. And exhale over. So we'll just do one more to either side. Inhale up. As you really lengthen over, think as much about reaching up as you are over. Last time, inhale up and exhale over. Nice. Lengthen upwards and reaching over. Inhale back up and then float the arms down. Let's bring those feet back into the center. Soften them with your shoulders. Tuck in with your chin. Relax and dangle forward with your arms and slowly roll forward again. All the way forward. Would you like to join in, Austin? Slowly roll yourself all the way back up. Good, go back down again. So when you come to the top, just slowly roll back down. All the way. Back down towards the floor, bending into your knees, take the hands to the floor, take your feet, your knees back down to the floor. This time we're going to bring our knees together, soles of the feet are to the side, soften into the shoulders. Thinking about your core, so drawing your belly in and just taking a little side twist. So taking your hips from one side over to the other. And just gently going, gently from side to side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale, exhale. Good. Gently keeping it going. One more to either side. Back up to center. From there, we're gently going to tuck our toes again. So have our knees out under our hips, our toes are tucked under, and we're going to lengthen forward into the arms. So allow this time the heart to sink towards the mat. Your head may rest between your arms. Your forehead may touch towards the floor. It's up to you to soften the shoulders. And then gently draw the belly button in. Inhale, small rounding into the back. And then exhale, just sink the heart back down to the floor, curling through your spine just a little. Inhale, round into the spine. So if you really want to exaggerate the curve in the back, tuck under with your eyes. And then exhale, gently release, eyes gently drawing forward. Go just once more. Inhale and round. Exhale and soften as you release. And then quietly, when you're ready, we'll just walk our hands back, under, and take rest into the pose of the child. So sitting the buttocks back, folding those arms over, resting the forehead onto the back of the hands, and allowing yourself just to sink as far back towards the child's pose as you feel comfortable. Breathe. So let's gently extend that right arm forward. We're just going to bring that left hand onto the lower back. Just gently from there, gaze out to the left. And you can challenge yourself how far you want to twist. We're just going to continue to lift up and twist. See if you can really extend and open back through that left side of the shoulder, through the torso, trying to get your right arm about where it is, so it's lengthened forward. You're just twisting around, keeping the sit bones back as far as you feel comfortable. And then soften as you release and come all the way forward and down. Let's lengthen the left arm forward as you place the right hand onto the small of the back. And then just gently take a twist, turning your eyes to the right and engage through that right shoulder by taking it back. Soften, breathe. Release. As you extend forward, bringing the right arm forward again, lifting up onto all fours. Let's take that right knee forward, slide the knee forward, turn the foot out to the left. This is where we're just gently going to lengthen down onto that left leg as it draws back and come and rest down onto your forearms. So we all know this one, our pigeon. Just soften and just observe how that feels for you. As you just take a gentle rocking. So we're going to come all the way over to the right and then move off from the right and as far over to the left as we can. So just getting a little bit of movement into the hip space. Gently bringing that weight forward and then quietly rocking it off over to the other side. Then just pausing at about your center point, so you're nice and rested, softening into the shoulders. And then when you feel ready, just gently walk those hands back towards that right knee. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Slide that right leg back. As we now gently draw forward and through the left leg. And we're going to lengthen back into the right and do the same thing. So you're lifting up nice and tall. And when you feel ready, we'll come and rest down onto the forearms. And just gently take a little rock. So going all the way over to the left-hand side. Inhale and just rock over to the right. So just being nice and mindful as we move gently, mindful, side to side. Slowly coming back up to center. And then when you're ready, just walking those hands back towards your left knee. Let's slide back with that left leg. We're going to tuck our toes now so that knees are under the hips. Toes are tucked under, lengthening back. And we're going to move up into our Adho Mukha Shavasana. So raise up into your hips. Again, gently walk the heels. Free up through the back of the calves. And this time we're going to draw the belly button in. Walk the legs as straight as you can in towards the hands. So just gently coming forward. And again, release the hands back into that forward fold. It may feel a little different as the body's warmed up just a touch. Let's see if we can create a little bit more space. So when you're ready, we'll draw the belly in and quietly roll ourselves up into standing. Let's work through a nice and gentle flow. So we're going to sweep the arms, raising up into the arm, lengthening upwards, a small back extension if it's comfortable. Inhale up into the arms, sweeping the arms out to the side, hinging at the hips, folding forward and down. Inhale, raise the eyes. So remember this option with your hands towards your shins, keeping your spine long, navel drawn in. Release forward and down. Right leg steps back, so big lunge. Let's pause here. Let's take that right knee to the floor. Let's just soften. The right toes are tucked into the mat, but the knee is down. Left arm, sweeps up to the sky. And considering we've been doing a little bit of twisting already, we're going to take that left hand down onto the small of the back. We're going to bring the right hand up onto the left knee. So we're moving into an upright twist. So then gently draw up. Start to activate through that right hip flexor as you now take that twist around to the left. So just working a little stronger in through that core, maybe through your right hip flexor, softening into the shoulders. And then as you release and unwind, come back around to the front, bringing hands back down either side of the left foot. Lift up with your right knee, slide back into your plank with your left leg, pausing into this plank position, soften and hold. Lengthen back through your heels, breathing. As you release down onto your knee, coming forward with the chest, inhale, falling through, resting onto the forearms. And gently gazing forward as you bring that belly button back to the spine, squeeze into the thighs, the buttocks, soles of the feet into the sky. And then quietly release. Hands under the shoulders, ribs are close to the elbows, and gently drawing up, tucking the toes, raising into your Adho Mukha Shavasana. Gently walk the heels. Let's create that space. Working deep, breathing deep. We're going to raise that right leg out behind us. Let's keep it square to the mat, softening into the shoulders, lengthening the heart space all the way back as much as you can. So that you can extend back and then lift up onto the left toes, eyes draw forward, stepping through with that right foot, placing it between the hands. Pause here as the eyes draw forward, nice and long into the torso, and then stepping through with your left foot, eyes into the knees. Inhale, raise the eyes, keep the spine long. Exhale, fold forward. And then roll yourself up, sweeping, raising, lengthening upwards into the arms, small back extension. And then we'll exhale, fold forward all the way, swan dive all the way down again. Inhale, lengthen the back. Eyes draw forward. Exhale, fold forward and down. This time taking the left leg back. So we're going to extend back, take that left knee down. Let's raise up with the right arm. So into that twist by taking the right arm up. Then we're going to sweep the hand into the small of the lower back. Lift up with the upper body as you take that left hand onto that right knee. Really start to activate through that left hip flexor, so it's nice and open and forward, and then take that twist a little deeper around to the right hand side. Breathe. Shoulders are soft. Come back around to the front, hands either side of that right foot. Lift up with that left knee and slide back into your plank with that right foot. Strong press up position. Draw back through your heels, shoulders are down, belly buttons in, shoulder blades almost drawing in towards each other. And then from there, gently release down onto your knees. Let's come forward with the chest. Let's see if we can keep the hands where they are. So from there, lengthen back with your toes, your feet, squeezing into the buttocks, the thighs, using the hands to gently draw yourself up a little ways. Elbows in at the sides of the body, draw the belly button in, and you may have only lifted off the floor 1, 2, 3 inches, that's fine. If you wish to come up a little higher, do so. Up to you, see how your back and body are feeling at this moment. Soften the shoulders, draw the heart forward as much as you feel comfortable. And then quietly release. Come all the way back up into your Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward dog. Raising and lengthening up. Just gently walk the heels again. Free up through the back of the calves. And then lengthen back with that left leg. Hips are square to the mat. Into your three-legged dog. As you quietly then raise up onto the toes. Eyes draw forward and step through then with that left foot. Just pause as you take your eyes forward, softening into the shoulder. Good. And then stepping forward with your right foot. Eyes to the knees. Inhale, raise the eyes. Exhale, fall forward. And then roll yourself up, sweeping the arms. We're going to raise all the way up. Palms come all the way up. And hands to prayer, and we'll exhale down in front of the heart. So just pause. We're going to stay here as we work into a balance. So just allow yourself to breathe calmly, evenly. We're going from our stalk to our warrior, into our warrior 3. So from here, just gently take our weight quietly to our right foot. With our left knee, we're going to bring it up about hip height. So gently draw inwards through the navel, lift up through the sides of the body, softening into the shoulders. If you can flex in with your left foot, that's great. If you choose, you can extend up into the arms. Soften the shoulders, bring the head right back on top of the body. Nice. Bring the palms together, hands down in front of the heart. With that left leg, we're going to straighten it, lower it down to the floor, but then swing it back behind you like a pendulum as you hinge at your hips, lengthening forward now, bringing the upper body forward. You can keep your hands in front of your heart, allowing your upper body to come almost parallel to the floor if that's comfortable. You have 2 options, keeping the hands in front of the heart, taking them out to the side like a big aeroplane, or for a little bit of extra strength, you can take the arms forward and lengthen out into the arms as you charge back through that left foot. From there, we're going to float the arms down towards the floor, step the left foot together to the right, into that forward fold. So now just holding onto your elbows, allowing yourself to sink forward and down. Spent a bit of time today doing these forward folds, so just enjoy it. Acknowledge what's happening for you, for your back, your entire back of the body. Breathe. Releasing with your elbows, and then slowly rolling yourself up. Curling, curling. You may like to sweep the arms all the way up. Back extension if it's comfortable, hands to prayer, and just release down with your hands under the heart. So just pause as you take a moment.
Picking yourself up to work to the other side. Quietly taking the weight to the left foot. Picking up with your right knee. Bringing it up to your hip height. So really make sure you lift up through your torso, down and soften into the shoulders. That right knee is up, the foot is flexed if that's comfortable. And you may choose to extend into the arms. You can take the arms shoulder width apart, palms facing each other, lengthening upwards through the sides of the body, balancing and breathing. Palms come together, hands come down in front of the heart. As we just release that right knee, straightening out through that right leg. Pendulum, swing the right leg back behind you as you hinge and fold forward at the hips. Bringing our weight onto the left foot still and folding forward. Nice. Charging back and out through the ball of that right foot. Upper body weight is forward. Arms either out to the side or forward if you choose. From there, just release, take the hands down to the floor, step your right foot together to the left and just release. So bend into the knees quite a little bit more. We're going to soften the upper body weight over the thighs. Relax and dangle into the arms. And then just quietly from there, draw yourself down onto the floor. So coming down onto your knees. And we're going to gently swing ourselves around so that we're sitting down onto our buttocks. So we've got our legs outstretched. Let's lift the flesh from our sit bones. We're really trying to connect into the floor. The legs are lengthened outwards. Toes are gently drawing back towards your shins. We're going to lift up with our left knee. Place our foot a hand distance away from that right thigh. So let's draw that left knee in towards our body. If you want to avoid the stomach and the breastplate, then just take it out to the side, draw it inwards as much as you feel comfortable. Let's challenge that right leg by drawing it forward, connecting into that thigh, so it's squeezing into the thigh, soften into the knee, so don't push down with that knee so that the heel lifts, just gently strong through the right thigh, draw forward into that right foot. From there, we're going to wrap our right arm around the left knee. Take the left hand behind. Now close to the body if you can. So you can now lift up. And now that we've got that momentum with that left hand behind you, you can push forward with your right leg. So you might find that your right foot inches forward just a little. Your left side of your buttocks may draw back just a touch. And then just as you release, we're going to come back around. Gently bring that right hip back in. We're going to take that left knee out to the side. So just scooping it out. Making sure you're still sitting up nice and tall. We're going to fold forward over the right leg. So raising up into the arms. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhale up. As you exhale, release forward and down. Just gently when you're there, inhale and curl back up. Inhale as you raise back up, sweeping the arms up. Exhale and release. And slowly inhale and curl back up. Last time, inhale up. Exhale and fold over that right leg. Soften the shoulders, holding now around the right leg wherever you choose, whether it's hands under the knee, whether you can reach around the ankle, calf, or the foot. And another option is, of course, to deepen that twist by bringing your right hand down beside your hips and just bringing that upper body over. Gently, just gently lengthening over towards that right leg. And then slowly, when you're ready, release, rolling back up through that. Lift up with that left knee, extend it out. And we're going to do the same onto the right hand side. So bringing the right foot in towards your body, keeping a hand distance or a foot distance between the left thigh and the right foot. Squeezing that right knee in. Let's avoid the stomach and the rib cage. Just take it out to the side a little. Start to connect through that left leg, down through the left foot, drawing the toes in towards us, wrapping that left arm around, taking the right hand behind, sitting up tall, and then gently start to draw forward through the left foot, inching back a little with the right side of your buttocks. Breathing. And slowly as you unwind, just exhale and release. Coming back around. We're going to take that right knee out to the side. And bring it as close in towards the pelvis or as far out as you need. Folding over that left leg now. So 3 times. Inhale up. Exhale, release forward and down. Allow the eyes to soften. And then slowly roll yourself all the way up. Inhale up. Exhale down. And again, inhale up. Last time, raising the arms up. And exhale as you release forward. Holding it here at this time. Allowing yourself just to gently soften into the position. Best you feel comfortable. Taking that little twist, if you like, by taking the right hand, gently drawing it over as you bring the left hand down beside your hips. And just gently folding forward. And when you're ready, just squeeze it up and come all the way back up. So let's bring that right knee up. Let's straighten out into the legs. Just give it a gently bounce in at the knees. Let's work a little bit of core strength. So you're going to bend into those knees, holding under the knees, sitting tall, gently leaning back to the point where you just start to feel the stomach muscles switch on, working into our Navasana in both pose. Taking one foot from the floor, then the other. Soften the shoulders. Lengthen out into your arms. Breathe. Straighten up into the legs if you choose. Be kind to the lower back. Bending into the knees. Placing the feet to the floor. Wrapping the arms around the knees. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, curl and round into the spine. Let's just do that one more time. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands under the knees. Gently soften the shoulders, drawing backwards. A little bit of tension onto the tummy as you raise one leg, then the other. Holding the legs if you choose, or extending out into the arms. Beautiful Navasana, boat pose. Shaky, shaky with the legs. And then bending into the knees, wrapping the arms around. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale when you're ready and curl them. So lifting up with the eyes, placing the soles of the feet together, drawing the feet in towards your pelvis as much as you like, and then just gently rocking from side to side, getting a little bit of movement and opening through the glutes, then through the pelvis, and then when you're ready, we'll just hold the position, using your forearms or elbows to soften and place down against the calves or shins as you allow yourself to move together. And then just enjoy holding the space here. We're going to get into a little bit of glute strength and then a little bit of core work. So just slowly, when you're ready, we'll release. Lift up with those knees, lengthen out into the legs. Just gently bounce on the knees. So we're going to turn to the side and come and lie ourselves down onto our side. The bottom arm, you might like to lengthen it out and then place it perhaps under your head. The hand could be supporting the neck. With our knees are going to be 90 degrees. You're going to stack that top right on top of the bottom hip. so the hips are stacked evenly. As best you can, try and tuck your feet in so that they're almost aligned with your spine. Just see how you go. If it helps, you can keep your right hand towards the floor, just in front of your chest, or you can place it on top of your right hip. Oh, sorry, whatever hip's on top. We didn't talk about what side you went to. So whatever top hip you've got there, the top hand can rest on top. So we're just going to lift the knee from the bottom knee, top knee from the bottom, lifting it up and down. Now, as best you can, try and keep everything else as still as you can. So we've thought about really tucking in with our belly button. We're supporting our lower back, and we're just raising our top leg by lifting the knee like a clamshell, lifting it up, and bring it back down. Now, some of you are quite familiar with this one, I'm sure. So we're just going to slowly work into the glute medius. So one of those lazy little buttocks muscles takes quite a bit to fire up these glutes. Quite often your back or your hamstrings tend to dominate. You really want those glutes to work. They're the largest muscle group. So if we can get them working, the better we are supported. So from here, keeping this going, if this is strong enough for you, that's fine. If you wish to work a little stronger, you can get your feet off the floor, even if it's an inch, maybe 2 or 3, and just do the same thing by taking that top knee, lifting it off, bringing it back down. Breathing. And the reason you may want that top hand on the hips is just to make sure that everything else is keeping as still as you possibly can. And then just when you're ready, we'll release. Let's take those knees back down. We're going to bring your top leg, bring it up towards your chest, taking it down to the floor. You're going to straighten out with your bottom leg. And we're going to move ourselves into a twist. So the hand or the arm that's lying under your head, see if you can straighten it out in the same direction as the knee that's come up. So that we can now take our top arm and open it out to the opposite side. Makes sense? So you're into a spinal twist. Now, because we've got our top leg up quite high, you may or you may not be able to take that extended arm out to the side and down to the ground. So just open it out as far as it feels right for you. You may choose to just gently soften through your shoulder as best you can. And if that top knee lifts off the floor, that's fine. But just have a play around, see what feels right. It might be that you're wanting to work a little deeper into the shoulders. Maybe it's into the glutes a little more, so you really want to challenge by keeping that knee down as you challenge the body. Whatever feels right for you, just be kind to the back, to the shoulders, to the heart, through the tummy. Breathe. And then just gently draw that extended arm is out to the opposite side, raising it all the way up. So it's coming all the way up to the top of the head and just circling it back around so that you're back onto your side. Using that hand, just gently draw yourself up and then come and twist yourself over to the other side. So you're now going to lie on your side, again, the other side with your arm outstretched. I don't know what's going on with my here today. Lengthen out into your arm, resting onto that upper arm, bending into your knees. So you're stacking those hips right on top of each other, the belly draws in. Bring the soles of the feet back in line with your spine as best you can. Top hand on top of the top hip, and then raise nice and quietly, nice and slowly. Raise and lower with that top knee, like a clam shell. Gently taking your time. Being smooth and fluid, watching that nothing else is moving. And then, of course, if you wish to make it just a little stronger, you can take your feet from the floor. Just keeping that top knee raising and lowering. Just aiming for 1 or 2 more. And then just nice and gently, we're going to release down. Let's take that top knee up a little closer towards the floor, towards your chest. Straighten out with that bottom leg. Releasing with the arm that's under your head, taking it out to the side towards the bent knee. And then scooping that outstretched arm all the way over to the other side. So moving into a spinal twist, just like we did before. And just soften and breathe. Have a play around. Don't force anything to the floor. Just allow the breath to ease you into the asana so that you can just gently expand and open. Twist and deepen. Release. Breathing. And then from there, we're going to extend that arm that's outstretched, reach it up towards the top of the head and sweep it all the way back around. And from there, we're going to straighten out with the top leg so that you've got both legs straight and just roll around onto your back. So you're going to lie now onto your back. And let's just bring both knees in towards our chest, just gently tucking them in towards the body. Just realigning through your spine, tucking those knees in. Feel free to lift the head towards the knees and just gently bring that spine into its alignment. Taking your feet to the floor. Lengthening your arms out to the side. So we'll keep with our knees bent at this moment. Taking the arms out to the side, shoulder height. We're going to bend at the elbows, so we've cactus into the arms. Just release through the shoulders and feel that space. Open up into the arms, into the heart, across the shoulders. Let's tuck in with our chin. Let's just lift up with our hips an inch from the floor and then drop them straight back down. So lengthen down with your legs one at a time. Straighten out one leg and then the other. And now let's lengthen up into the arms, straightening up into the arms so that they are now straight up above your head as you now lengthen down into the legs. So we're going into a lovely long length. So draw down through the toes, into the tops of the feet, into the calves, into the knees, into the thighs, the buttocks. Open and expand through the torso. Lengthen up into the arms, squeeze and lengthen into the hands. And then sigh the breath out. Just wiggle through your fingers and toes, and we'll do that one more time. So just gently when you're ready, let's draw down through the toes as you squeeze into the feet, the ankles, the calves, the knee, the thigh, the buttocks, through the torso, up into the arms, lengthening through the entire body, creating that space, extend and expand. And sigh the breath out. When you're ready, just release. Bring the arms back over your head and down by your side. Bend back into your knees and bring your knees again back in towards your chest. So just be kind to the back. Wrap the arms around the knees, squeeze the knees in as tightly as you can. Just gently pulling the knees in, pushing the tailbone down. Just giving that space to really open up into the lower back. And then gently from there, just release, take the feet back down to the floor and rest your arms down by your side. So one final bit of strength into the core and then we'll come into our final relaxation. So we're now going to bring our arms down by our side, palms face down. Let's take our feet from the floor so that the knees are 90 degrees. We're resting as if resting the feet onto a chair. So we've tilted up with the pelvis, we've flattened out through the small of the back, slightly pointing with the toes, and a nice simple toe tap. Opposite toe, one foot to the floor, bring it back up. Alternate side to side. Let's exhale as we take our toe down. Inhale to bring it back up. Now the closer you have your knees to the chest, the easier. The closer you have your heels to the buttocks, the easier. So if you wish to straighten out through your legs at any time, by all means do so. Maybe straighten and bend back in, or legs are both straight, whichever way you prefer. I know some of you are good at this. You have plenty of practice. You just work at whatever level, and if you even find that you wish to work with both legs at the same time, whether the legs are bent or the legs are straight, then you do so. Just keeping it going for just aiming for about 2 more to either side. Last one on each side. When you've done your 2, just gently bring your knees towards your chest. Take your time, bring the knees in, lifting your head towards those knees, resting the head back down to the floor, and then resting by taking the feet to the floor. Arms down by your side, palms turned up, soften into the shoulders, and you choose, would you like to keep the knees bent or just gently straighten out with the legs? Your choice. Settle yourself into your position for your final relaxation. We'll just rest here for another few minutes, seeing if you can soften as best you can. Breathing gently, allowing that heart rate, the breathing rate, just to slow and calm. Focusing on tucking in with the chin, lengthening into the back of the neck. Shoulders draw down from the ears, even across the shoulder blades, down into the hips. Just relax through your knees, your wrists, your elbows, your fingers and toes. Close with your eyes if you haven't done so already. Soften into the facial muscles. Allow yourself to completely let go and be supported by the earth beneath. Elongating your exhalation as best you can. Just gently, when you're ready, start to quietly reawaken by rippling with your fingers, with your toes as you turn with your head, nice and gently from side to side. Start to rotate into the wrists and then just gently expand outwards. Reach up, lengthen and then curl in as best you need. So bend into the knees. Bringing everything in nice and close together. Rocking from side to side. And gently allow yourself to curl onto your side. Gently drawing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Let's just bring our hands into prayer. Let's close in with our eyes for just a moment. Another beautiful day in a beautiful village, in a beautiful autumn that we're experiencing. I thank you so much again for taking the time out of your day to spend it with me for your practice. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. I so appreciate it. Have a